Mommy, that's what.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check. If you can hear me, then that's good. We won't start until 6:30, so you won't hear me say anything until then. But welcome, welcome. Welcome to everybody who has joined our session this evening. We will be starting promptly in 1 minute. Please make sure you have paper and pencil ready because you will need to take notes today. And I look forward to joining you all in 48 seconds. We're going to be starting in 28 seconds. If you could please have your paper and pencil ready. We will need to take notes. Let me know if I'm coming in clear. Zipporah, you are in the Zoom. I do have people on our YouTube, and we have people who are actually in class at Bill J. Priest. So if you could, let me know if you're able to hear. You can drop that in the chat box. If you're on YouTube, you can drop it in the chat on YouTube. And be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. All right, that's our timer saying time is up. Hopefully everybody has teleported safely into our hybrid class today. Let's go ahead and get started with our presentation. Awesome, Zipporah saying she is with me. And we're good to go. We have a lot to cover today when it comes to writing, and we just have a little time to do it in. So if I go too fast, please forgive me. As I said, this is being streamed on YouTube right now, and it's going to be there. So in case you need to rewind and watch again, you are able to do so. We are trying to be very inventive with how we are presenting our lessons, and we don't want anyone to be hindered from getting their GED on. So thank you again for joining our presentation, and welcome to Writing Skills Review with the Leadership Academy of Creative Arts, also known as TLACA. Normally I would have my camera on, but I had some self-care today. I went and got a facial and my face is all puffy and shiny. So I'll make sure that I introduce myself with my camera on next time, but please forgive me this evening. And I thank you for your grace. With that being said, this presentation is brought to you by the Leadership Academy of Creative Arts, where our mission is restoring the role of the village by building healthy leaders in communities. You can join the TLACA Village today by joining or going to www.tlacadallas.org/join. Why join the village? Well, we help you take care of all of your educational needs, including paying for that GED exam. It can be very expensive. So we are your village. We want to help you with all the resources you need. So if you need those resources, please, please, please join. All right, so let's take a look into what we are going to be going over today. We're going to look at sentence structure to make sure we understand what is a sentence and what is not a sentence. We're going to look at different types of sentences. We're going to look at some essay introductions, and then we are going to wrap up. Before we get deep into our lesson today, I am going to hop on to our Pear Deck. And Zipporah, you can stay in the Zoom with me. You do not have to get on the Pear Deck. You can just drop your answers in the chat box the way that we normally do. But for those people who are in the actual classroom, who are not on this Zoom with me right now, I am going to give you a link. And I want you to use your phone, or if you have a laptop or a tablet in class, you can use that. And you are going to go to our Pear Deck. This way, you can also interact in the classroom. Zipporah will be able to see everything that you're writing. Our friends on YouTube will be able to see everything you're writing. Shout out to Megan, who is in the YouTube. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining. All right, so you're going to go to joinpd.com. Everybody who's in the actual classroom, or to my people who are on YouTube, go to joinpd.com, and it's going to ask you for a code. The code is JRWDDA. All right. What I can cook, what will fit on the stove top. I trust the brothers to have takeoff. Go ahead and join. So far, it says one student is connected. Awesome, awesome. Joinpd.com. And remember, Zipporah, you don't have to worry about that. You're going to be on this screen with me. Megan, now that you're in the Zoom with us, you're going to be not having to do this as well. You can just stay on the screen and drop your answers in the chat box the way we normally do. All right. And then Crystal, let me know if everybody's getting to this okay. It's just joinpd.com and the code is JRWDDA. And anybody in your classroom who has a phone or who has a tablet, they should be able to join. Awesome. This is what we're calling a hybrid class. We have 3 different types of classes going on right now, and it's an awesome thing. We got to stay in touch with the times that are changing. All right, so we have 2 students connected here. 4 if you count my lovely students who are in the Zoom with me. 3 students joined, 4 students joined. Awesome, awesome. And you should be seeing that first screen. All right, we have 5 students who have connected so far. Joinpd.com, JRWDDA. All right, 6 students. I'm going to give about 30 more seconds for the sake of time. Again, we have a lot to cover today, so I want to make sure that we are getting everything in. All right, I think that's Crystal telling me, oh, give us 25 more seconds. Got it. Gonna sip my tea over here. For those who are connecting, we are about to dive into the art of writing. We're going to start with sentence structure and making sure that we understand complete sentences. And then we're going to review the 4 types of sentences. So if you've taken courses with me before, this should be familiar to you. And I'm looking for you to be my stars today, making sure you're writing your sentences complete and showing that you are ready to take that test. All right, Crystal's class, checking in to see, is that 25 seconds good to go? I'm gonna close out some of these tabs up here. Checking in. Okay, we're good to go. Let's get to it. Everybody should be able to see my screen just as I am seeing it. And if I turn the page, it should also turn on your phone. Correct? All right, so you should be with me. Again, we were going over our agenda for the day. We're going to be working on sentence structures, the types of sentences, and starting that essay today. So make sure you have your paper and pencil ready as we dive into sentence structure. So what is a complete sentence? That's the first thing we need to know before we can even get started in writing. Are we writing complete sentences? A complete sentence is a group of words that conveys a complete idea. If I were to speak it to you, I would say, today, I did not let any excuses keep me from getting my goal. I have conveyed a whole complete idea. And if I were to write it, it would have a period at the end so you can know I am done with my sentence. I want you to write a complete sentence. So on your screen in your Pear Deck, you should have a box where you're able to write a complete sentence. Or if you're in the Zoom, you can write your complete sentence in the chat box. So go ahead and send me your complete sentence, and I will be looking for those to come up. I just want to see, what do you know before I give you too much? So send me your complete sentences. Okay, here they come. Some are coming in the chat box. Today was a great day. And I read it like that because, Megan, you capitalized great, which means extra emphasis, and you had an exclamation mark. I will receive my GED. Sephora, strong sentence. Very good. Good punctuation and capitalization. I'm going to flip it over here. Uh-oh, sorry, stop sharing. Let me share it back. Flip my responses over here. The school is my favorite place to learn. If you sent that sentence, that's a very strong sentence. You're just missing that punctuation at the end of the sentence. So make sure you include your punctuation. I enjoy reading to my daughter. Very good. I know who. My subject is I. My predicate, what am I doing? Reading to my daughter. Very good. I saw a car with eyelashes on the headlights. Those are so funny to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you're just joining on the Zoom or if you're just joining on the YouTube, we are writing complete sentences. If you're on the Zoom, you can just send yours in the chat box. And if you're on the YouTube, you can do that as well. I cooked dinner for my family today. Awesome. Complete sentence. Who? I. What did I do? Cook dinner. My name is Keaton, and I'm having a great day. Very good, Keaton. When we start talking about those compound sentences today, you're going to see how this sentence is a compound sentence. And because it is a compound sentence, it's only missing one piece of punctuation, and that is a comma. Whoops, put the comma in the wrong place. Hold on, undo. A comma after Keaton with the coordinating conjunction. And we're going to talk about that today. I'm getting tongue-tied over here. But you have to have a comma before your and when you are combining two complete sentences. Awesome. All right, I'm going to clear that off the screen there and keep seeing what do we have. What do we have? I went on a surf trip last week. Very good. I am happy. That is a short, simple sentence. Who? I. What? I'm happy. All right, so I get it. We all know how to write sentences, and that is awesome. Let's continue on. Very good, everybody, and thank you for your participation. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to interject. Remember that complete sentences must have one subject, at least one subject, and the subject is who or what, and a predicate. A predicate is a verb. What did they do? Okay, so a subject and a predicate. My subject is who, my predicate is what did they do. All right. Let me know if I am moving too fast or if you have any questions. So we also have what is known as a fragment. A fragment is an incomplete sentence. A fragment may need punctuation or additional words. So if there's any time you send a sentence and the punctuation is not there, let's say you don't have a period at the end of your sentence, it's a fragment. It's a fragment. We don't want fragments in our writing, okay? We want complete sentences that convey complete statements. Capiche? Capiche. All right, I just wanted to hone that in because we don't want no fragments up in here. Up in here. Say it with me, y'all. We don't want no fragments up in here. A fragment is the quickest way for your GED exam writing part to not get scored its highest part. So please make sure you're writing those complete sentences. All right. The opposite of a fragment is a run-on. And believe it or not, I see more run-ons than I do fragments. A run-on is when you keep going on and on and on and on and on, and you don't have no punctuation, not none, not a comma, not a period, not nothing. You have to put punctuation in your writing. I want you to listen to how I am talking to you. And I want you to imagine, you know, somebody is on our YouTube doing some stuff that I need them not to do. But okay, I'm sorry. I want you to imagine the punctuation marks within what I'm saying. Because every time I pause, it's a comma, period. Or if I say a complete thought, comma, it is done, period. And that's why we have to put those punctuations in place, because our writing is literally somebody talking on paper. And if we don't put those punctuations in place, it becomes too much and we cannot understand what people are writing. So make sure you have punctuation in place so that you are not writing run-ons. All right, so I need your help. Whether you're in the chat box in the Zoom, or if you're in the classroom, you're using the Pear Deck. If you're on YouTube, you're using the chat box appropriately. Thank you. And I want you to tell me, is this a complete sentence, a fragment, or a run-on? Because it's helping me to pass the test. What's your answer? See if I can block this person. Yes, I can, and report you. Awesome. All right, answers are coming in. Let me check my chatbot in Zoom. Come on, Zoom. Let me know what's going on. Is this a complete sentence, a fragment, or a run-on? And let's see what people are saying on the Pear Deck. It's a fragment. It's a run-on. Okay, some people are saying fragment. Some people are saying run-on. All right, Anthony is in here. Zipporah is saying it's a fragment. This is a fragment. It only has a dependent clause. A dependent clause is a fragment. It needs more because it's helped me to pass the test. It has to say something like, I have to study because it helps me to pass the test. It needs to have an independent clause, a complete sentence to help it work. So this is definitely a fragment. If you said fragment, you are correct. All right, let's try this one. I know that I will learn everything that I need to know in this class to help me pass my GED, but what I want to work on the most is my grammar. Woo! Whoa. That was a lot. So is that a complete sentence, fragment, or run on? What do you think? Drop your answers. All right, 8 out of 10 people have answered so far. 4 people in the chat box have answered so far. The chat box is saying run on. And the Pear Doc is saying run on. Yeah, it's a run on. It's a run on, y'all. It's a run on. All right. Good, good, good. Let's keep going. Okay. Is this a complete sentence, fragment, or run on? I'm taking this course to pass my GED test to go to college and study industrial design. What do you guys think? This was kind of tricky. I'm taking this course to pass my GED test to go to college and study industrial design. All right, so let's see. The chat box is saying complete sentence, run on, run on. Okay, let's see what our Pear Deck people are saying. Majority is saying it's a complete sentence. Let's see. Let's take a close eye. I'm taking this course to pass my GED test to go to college and study industrial design. This is what is called or considered a long sentence. It has more than one predicate. It has 2 predicates. What are my 2 predicates? I'm going to go to college and I'm going to study industrial design. Who's going to do this? And that's why I am taking this course. So this has 3 predicates in it. It is not a run-on. This is just a long sentence, and that is okay. If they would have continued with another and, it would have turned into a run-on. It would have been too much. All right, and we're going to talk about long sentences today. This is a perfect example of a long sentence, and this sentence is okay. It's a complete sentence. Very good. All right, let's continue. Good job, everybody. And just by the way, these are actual writings that have come from different essays that we've had over the months. I have passed math. Complete sentence, fragment, or run-on. Get the answers through. What do you think? All right, I got answers coming in on the Pear Deck. 4 people out of 10 have responded. Chat box is booming now on the Zoom. All right. Before I answer, let's ask ourselves the question. Who? I. So we have a subject. I did what? Have passed math. So we have a predicate. What do we do? Is this a complete sentence? Let's see what everybody is saying. It's a complete sentence. 8 people on the Pear Deck says, yeah, it's a complete sentence. All right. Awesome. Chat box is saying fragment. This is a complete sentence. We have a subject and we have a predicate, and that's all we need to have a complete sentence. Who did what? Jennifer ate. That's a complete sentence. Who? Jennifer. What did she do? She ate. Now, if I said she ate pizza, that's just adding more to the sentence. But as long as I have a who and a what they did, it works. Okay? Very short sentence. Let's continue on. I hope to learn more about writing an essay and pass the test. I just want to review everything again and make sure I have enough information so I can take the test. Complete sentence, fragment, or run-on. Drop your answers. Somebody is saying she has a comma. Yes, she has a comma and she has a period. Does that make it a complete sentence? 2 out of 10 people have responded. 1 person in the Zoom has responded. 1 person on the YouTube has responded. All right, so let's see what's going on the Pear Deck. Oh, mixed answers here, but the majority is saying it's a run-on. It's a run-on, says the majority of people. Let's see what's going on in the chat box here. The chat box is saying that it's either a fragment or a complete sentence. So let's see. This is considered a run-on. Why? Because this right here is a complete sentence. I hope to learn more about writing an essay and passing the test. We have put too much on here. I would put a period right here and then turn this into a capital I. I just want to review everything again and make sure you capitalize those I's when they stand by themselves, have enough information so I can take the test. What I would add here is probably a transition. I could say, I hope to learn more about writing an essay and pass the test. Ooh, I just heard something. I could use because if I wanted to. Because could have worked there as well. Because I just want to review everything again and make sure. But I could also say, in addition, I want to review. It's this just that's throwing me off. Sometimes we don't need these extra words. This is how we talk to each other when we're talking, with our friends. With academic writing, you don't have to really say, I just want to. You can just say, I want to review everything again and make sure I have enough information so I can take the test. So this one was a little tricky, but this was a run-on sentence. Hope that definitely makes sense, and it shows why we need to be clear when we are writing our sentences. All right, so we're about to get into the different types of sentences, but before I go there, I want to just make sure, are we good to go? Do we have any questions so far? You can drop a yes or no in the chat box. Awesome. Our hybrid class is doing good on campus. Does anybody in the chat box have a question? Don't be afraid if you do. No question is a dumb question. All right, Megan says we're good to go. So let's continue. Let's start with a short, simple sentence. And we've kind of seen these in our examples, but now it's time for you to write your sentences and practice these types of sentences. A short, simple sentence has 1 subject, 1 predicate, 1 who or what, 1 thing that they do. My example is, passing the GED exam is important for me. What? Passing the exam. For who? Is important for me. Okay? I want you to write a short, simple sentence regarding passing the GED exam in the answer box. If you're in the Zoom, you can write it in the Zoom chat box. Go ahead and send your sentence in. It will not pass if it does not have punctuation. It will not pass if it doesn't have capitalization. That's what makes a sentence. And I am being super, 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 super harsh on my grading today. I'm going to be the Judge Judy of writing. Yeah, I've been waiting to be Judge Judy. Let me get myself together here. All right. Let me see who has put their writings in. so I can get my Judge Judy on. Okay, you guys are still writing. Take your time. Don't want to Judge Judy you yet. All right, Megan has put her. She says, I'm going to pass the GED exam. That's no kerfuffle. That's very good. You pass. Awesome. Judgment for Megan. You're good to go. You get the money. All right, let's see what else we have coming in here. I would like to take my GED test soon. Pass. Good. I will be taking my GED math test soon. Very good. Make sure when you're typing, put that period on that letter, okay? I pray that I pass my GED. Woo, so close. You are missing punctuation. Please add your punctuation before I can pass you. And you are important. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know your name, but I want you to know that you are important. Do you hear me? So that means that you have to capitalize your I, because when you have a capitalized I, then you know I am somebody. I am a capitalized I. So make sure you capitalize that I. I am tired. Bless you. I am too, babe. I am so tired. We're going to be done soon, okay? And we're going to get out of here and we're going to get some rest. I love watching. I wonder if they're going to say football. Yeah, I was right. I'll let you keep typing. Make sure you put your punctuation. I want to pass the GED exam. Very, very good, everybody. Awesome. I will pass my GED exam. Very good, Wajia. Got your punctuation in place and everything. All right, we have a few more coming in, and I want to give you time to get those in. I'm also watching time to make sure that we complete on time. All right, so you got 30 more seconds. Here's one coming in the chat box. You're welcome. Achieving my GED is important to me. Yes, and that rhymes. I love it. Achieving my GED is important to me. Yeah, very good, very good. I love watching football. My team is the Buffalo Bills. That's 2 sentences there. You're pushing run on a little bit. You're pushing run on. We just want a simple sentence. You can say, I love watching football, or my team is the Buffalo Bills. But when you put them together, it becomes a run on. Keep that in mind. Very good, everybody. Let's continue on to our next type of sentence, which is the long sentence. Long sentence. Long sentence. All right. It can have more than one subject. It can have more than one predicate. And we know what those are now because we've looked at it a while. All right. So here's an example. Here is my example. Passing the GED exam and graduating are important goals for me, my dog, and my family. We had a discussion about this one earlier where me needs to go last. And how do we know me over I? So we can talk about that real quick as well. Because we're on Pear Deck, it might be a little hard for me to write it and change it, but what I can do is be flexible. All right, so how do you know when it is I over me? Passing the GED exam and graduating are important goals for I. Does that make sense if I just say for I? So if you take everything out, if you take out the my, dog, whoa, that's a lot to take out. Hold on. There we go. My dog and my family. And we just have passing the GED exam and graduating are important goals for me. That makes sense versus saying for I. And once you decide which one makes sense, because there are going to be some times where I does make sense. If I said Crystal and I went to the store, if I take out Crystal, I went to the store. I wouldn't say Crystal and me went to the store, because if I take out Crystal, then it's me went to the store, and that doesn't make sense. So take out all the extra, start with me or I, decide which one is the right one to say, and then add everybody else. So this is going to turn into passing the GED exam and graduating are important goals for my dog, my family, and me. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's see. The revised sentence is right here at the bottom. Passing the GED exam and graduating are important goals for my dog, my family, and me. Now it is your time to shine. It is time for you to write your sentence. So write your long sentence. Be careful not to use words like because or but, so, because then it becomes a compound sentence, okay? You can use and as long as you're listing things. All right, so let me see what's coming up. I see people are writing it here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna wait to see because I know some of you might still be writing it, not done yet. So take a second to write your long sentence and send it in. All right, I'm about to start checking to see. Go ahead and send those in the chat box if you're in the Zoom with me. Stay with me, my Zoom beasts. Please stay with me. All right, let's see what's coming up in, let me clear out this annotation real quick. Gives you a little more time to finish there. All right, I have one more year left on parole. I'm achieving goals in the process. Very strong, very strong. It can almost be a compound sentence. You're pushing run on because you do have two strong sentences there. If I were to revise this one, I would say, let me see. I have one more year left on parole. How can I make this a long sentence? Let's see. I have one more year left. Okay, I'm gonna flip it around. I am achieving my goals and have one more year left on parole. Okay, see how I did that? I kind of flipped it around so that it's not a run-on and it's not two complete sentences. I took out this extra I'm. You can just say, I have one more year left on parole and am achieving goals in the process. Very good for you too. Keep achieving those goals. Don't let nothing stop you. You hear me? You keep reaching your goals. You're going to get there. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on. Welcome, welcome, welcome to those who are just joining on the Zoom. We are working on writing. Hopefully you have a pencil and paper in your hands. Otherwise, you're not going to retain all of this. So make sure you are taking notes. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I need to study and practice. It is important to pass my test. Yes, 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 yes. That is a long sentence, but again, we're kind of pushing almost being run-on-ish. I need to study and practice. Oh, man, I can't do that without making it a compound sentence. It is important to pass my test, study, and practice. That's what I would do. Let me write that out for you. It is important to pass my test, study, and practice. This is how that can be a solid long sentence without it becoming two complete sentences put together. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I need to put gas in my car and get dog food. Yes, there we go. We got that predicate, put gas, another predicate, get dog food. Yes, yes, yes. One subject doing both of those things. Very good, very strong. Let's keep going. Uh-oh, somebody had a great time. I had a great time at the party last night and we went to breakfast afterwards. That's a compound sentence. Why, Dr. Hills? It's long. It is long, but you have a complete sentence here. I had a great time at the party last night. And here's another complete sentence. We went to breakfast afterwards. Those can stand by themselves because they both have a subject and predicate. If you take this out, just we. It no longer has a subject. Now it is not a complete sentence. But now this whole thing is a long sentence. I had a great time at the party last night and went to breakfast afterwards. That has changed a compound sentence into a long sentence, and it still works. Okay? Just be mindful of that. Otherwise, it's two sentences put together with and we're going to talk about a compound sentence. Let's look at a few more, and then we're going to move on. Okay? Let me check out the chat box real quick. I'm going to pass my GED test, so I'm taking the classes seriously. That's a compound sentence. You have two complete sentences there. I would say I'm going to pass my GED test by taking the classes seriously. Okay? Making it not two complete sentences, but one long sentence. And we're going to keep practicing this so that we can get through it. One more. I'm shuffling. I went to the store to go buy eggs, milk, and cheese. Yes. That's a long sentence. All right. Very good, everybody. Very good. So I think we have a good handle on what's a long sentence. Now we're going to move to the sentence that everybody was writing in the first place, a compound sentence. Dun, dun, dun. What is a compound sentence? A compound sentence is two or more sentences combined using a coordinating conjunction. A coordinating conjunction will help you have your function. I just freestyled that. Coordinating conjunction. Fanboys without the chum. Fanboys for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Those are your fanboys. Those are the boys you want to ride with when you're trying to have your compound sentence. So let's look at my example. I know my little pair is in the way there. I have faced many obstacles with getting my GED. That's my first complete sentence. I'm going to combine it with the sentence that says, I did not let it hinder me. That is a complete sentence as well. And I'm going to combine it using a comma and a fanboy. And the fanboy I choose is yet. And then it becomes, I have faced many obstacles with getting my GED, yet I did not let it hinder me. Okay? Any questions? If not, drop your compound sentence writing about how you have overcome obstacles. Let that be in your sentence, okay? Compound sentence, two complete sentences put together. Make sure you have your comma before your fanboy or it does not count. I'm getting it out of here, out of this court. Put my Judge Judy back on. Okay, I'm ready to judge. I'm ready. Go ahead and write your compound sentence. Drop it in the Pear Deck or drop it in the chat box. I know that you can do it. Let's go. "45 seconds to drop your compound sentence." All right, answers are coming. Let's see. Every day is a struggle from work to home, but I refuse to give up. Very good. You got your comma, you got your but. Got it. Megan, now I'm going to challenge you, Megan. In the chat box, I want you to try to use a sentence using nor, okay? Drop that in there. Let me see what you got. Zipporah says, I don't have much time to study, but I can study when I can. Zipporah, I give you a 99. The only thing you're missing is your comma before your but. If you do not have that, it becomes a run-on, okay? Send it to me again correctly so I can give you your 0.1. All right, let's see what's coming up in our Pear Deck. I love flowers in February, comma, and my sister loves flowers in December. Very good. Strong sentence. I stopped at a red light. There we go. Ooh, you put that comma in there quick. I stopped at a red light and the car before me ran the light. Woo. They be trying it, don't they? Very good. That is a compound sentence. Wajia has dropped something in the chat. My kid's hungry, comma, and I didn't cook food. Awesome, Wajia. Don't forget that comma before and make sure you cook for us because I'm hungry too, Wajia. All right, very good, Zipporah. Good correction. I want to be rich, comma, but I have to work hard in order to be rich. Yes, and let's turn that rich to wealthy because rich only lasts just one generation. Wealthy can last beyond generations. Still takes a lot of hard work. Very good. I've already taken the GED once and I failed. So I'm challenging myself to pass this time. You can do it. You can do it. Good job using that comma and so. I'm so hungry, but I need to stop by my sister's house first. Or you can stop by Wendy's if it's on the way and get you some food. Don't forget to capitalize that I. You are important. Please go back, revise, and capitalize your I. Okay? Awesome. Awesome sentences coming in. Seems like you guys understand a compound sentence. All right, we're about to move to our last type of sentence. We're going to make sure that everybody's good on here. Our last type of sentence. A complex sentence. What is a complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence that has an independent clause and a dependent clause. And we've kind of talked about that today when we were looking at those sentences. An independent clause is the same thing as saying a complete sentence, okay? It's independent like Destiny's Child. It's a complete sentence. It can stand by itself. It don't need nobody. It got this. It's just a complete sentence. A dependent sentence, it needs somebody. It needs a complete sentence to feel whole. It's a fragment. And together, they make a complex sentence, but they must have a subordinating conjunction. What is a subordinating conjunction? These are a few just to name. And if you can keep these few in your repertoire, I like saying that word. If you can keep these few in your repertoire, then you will be good to go. The only thing I warn you is please do not start a sentence with because. If you're going to use because, put it in the middle of a sentence, okay? So let's talk about a complex sentence. Let's look at my examples down here. Although life has been hard, that's my dependent clause, because if I just told you, although life has been hard, you would probably be like, are you going to finish it? Like, I'm waiting. So that's why it's a dependent clause. It needs more. Although life has been hard, I have not stopped working on my goals. That's my independent clause. I have not stopped working on my goals is the complete sentence. I can just say to you, I've not stopped working on my goals. And you'll be like, good, don't stop. But when we put these together, it forms a complex sentence. A complex sentence can also be flipped. So I can say, I have not stopped working on my goals, although life has been hard. If you put the subordinating conjunction in the middle of the sentence, you do not need the comma. If it is at the beginning of the sentence, as it is here, then you will have a comma. If it's at the end of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence, you do not need a comma. Are there any questions before I have you drop your sentences? Very good, Megan. ¿Tienes preguntas para mí, clase? If not, go ahead and start dropping your sentence in there. I look forward to seeing your sentence. All right, Megan says, since coming to class, I've been more confident with passing the test. Yes, and she had her comma after her dependent clause. Since coming to class, comma, I've been more confident with passing the test. Very good. Very good. Okay, Wajia has dropped her subordinated conjunction, which is while. We got people typing up here. Let's see what's going on. Let me make sure I hide my annotations. I do that every time. Since we went to the store earlier, we ate dinner at the house. Very good. Started with since, you have your comma. You have earned your belt for complex sentence. Good job. All right. I see they're coming in. I'll give you time to write. Please also send them in the chat box. Practice makes perfect, people. Perfect people make perfect scores. A perfect score is just a 145 or higher. You can do that. You can do that. While I am taking my cooking class, I eat a snack. Wajia, you're making us hungry. Awesome. I love milk, although milk doesn't love me. Good job, Zipporah. Your although is in the middle of the sentence, though. Check that out. When it's in the middle of the sentence, you don't need the comma. It becomes the comma. It becomes the comma. I love milk, although milk doesn't love me. Very good. Let me check on what's going on here on our Pear Deck. Although I have not been studying, I still attend class. Start studying. You're telling on yourself. I can hear you. Make sure you're studying because we want you to pass. And thank you for being honest and thank you for a strong sentence. And if you were just making that up, then you got me. You got me. All right. Let's see. Since I've been released, I think I'm doing a lot better. I pray that you're doing a lot better. I hope that you're meditating more. I hope that you're enjoying the wind more, that you are taking every single second of the day and saying, thank you to my creator. I am free. Because you've seen some things that many of us have not seen, and you've experienced some things that many of us have not experienced. So continue doing better. I believe in you. Although I am 53 years old, I'm going to get my GED. I will not give up on this goal. I believe you. You are going to achieve this and you are going to do well and you're going to help others who are just like you pass this test. I love it. I just welcome you to remember to capitalize those I's. You are important. And when you lowercase your I's, you lowercase yourself, and I will not have that in this class. So please make sure you're capitalizing your I's. While I've been working, I've been sweating a lot. Yes, good. Very good. Since TikTok was invented, everyone wants to be a comedian. They ain't. Very good. Just be careful on using those colloquialisms, even though ain't is a contraction for are not. We don't want to use that in academic writing, okay? That could be pushing African-American vernacular English, or it can be considered slang. So be very careful with using that type of colloquialism, okay? Very good. I think we all got, I stretched every day at 3:30 p.m. I have become very flexible. I would just add, since I stretch every day at 3 p.m., I have become very flexible. He walked to the store by himself since his sister wasn't feeling good. I hope he made it back home safely and brought some chicken noodle soup to his sister. Very good, everybody. Woohoo. All right. I just want to run this by you. It's nothing that you have to practice, but sometimes we might see compound complex. Compound complex is a compound sentence with a complex sentence put in it, okay? Compound complex is a compound sentence with a complex sentence with it. I worked hard on my assessment and I passed. That's my compound sentence. Although I did not get the score I wanted. That's the complex coming in there. So sometimes you might see a compound complex sentence, and I just wanted to throw that at you. All right, so we have about 12 minutes left. We're going to take 5 of those 12 minutes and we are going to write a short response using all four sentences that we just talked about. So this response is going to be a 4-sentence response. You're going to need to have a short sentence, a long sentence, a compound sentence, and a complex sentence, and you can put them in any order you want to, okay? What you're going to talk about is, first, I'm going to read this fact to you that you can use in your writing if you want to, and then you have to tell me which side do you agree with. 3 out of 5 people believe that excuses are necessary. However, others believe excuses keep you from obtaining your goal. Which side do you agree with? Write an essay explaining how you feel about excuses with goal setting. You're going to have 5 minutes. I want a short sentence, long sentence, compound, and complex. And your timer, let's start. Any questions? Your timer starts now. You're going to be typing that into the Pear Deck. If you're on the Pear Deck, if you're on YouTube, you're going to type it in the YouTube chat. And if you're on the Zoom, you're going to type it in the Zoom chat. You may begin. People on Zoom, don't press enter until you're ready to submit it. 5 minutes. Let's go. I just saw that you guys said it does not allow you to put in the Pear Deck. So just write it on your paper, okay? And Crystal, you'll have to go around and make sure that everybody has what they need. Thank you for letting me know that. I just want to remind you, Wajia, we are answering the question, do you believe excuses are necessary? And please, everybody, if you are starting with yes, because, or I think yes, or in my opinion, yes, stop it. Do not start with yes, because. Tell me a little bit about excuses first. Use this fact to your advantage. Okay? Keep going. 3 minutes. I just remembered. this is where you can write your response. So you can go ahead and start typing in your response. Hopefully you've been able to get it out, and I'll just give you about a minute and 30 seconds to type it. Please use 2 fingers. All right. So your phone should have changed now. You should have a box to be typing in if you're on the Pear Deck. And then if you're on the Zoom, I'm awaiting your answers. You have approximately 1 minute to submit your answer as much as possible. I know we're moving kind of fast. Your minute starts now. There are some interesting answers coming in. I like that both sides are being represented. I'm going to give about 30 more seconds for you to drop your answer, and we'll talk about it. Interesting perspectives. Interesting, Megan. Whoa. Very interesting perspective. All right, everybody, time is up. I know that that was quick, but I want to make sure that we can get through and I can share some responses. So I'm going to read out and I'm going to give you feedback on your writing, okay? I believe excuses keep you from attaining your goals because an excuse is just another form of procrastination. Eventually, you put it off and it's harder to get back to. That's a run on. It started very, very strong. I feel like you should have just put a period at procrastination and let eventually be the next sentence. Okay. So that first sentence was a good complex sentence. Okay. But make sure you cut it off when it gets too much and then keep going out. Just get out there and do it. Awesome. I believe excuses are necessary some days. You're drained from everyday life. Your goals won't be completed in a day since it takes time. Slow down, relax, and be the best you can. Good. Very, very good. I see a long sentence. I see a complex sentence. And I see a simple sentence. Reread your first sentence and make sure everything is clear because it became just a little foggy there in that first sentence. So I'll just ask you to read over that and see if there's anything you can revise to make it sound a little clearer. I still action movies, although comedy is funny to watch, but I like sports, especially when football season comes around. While this is a good sentence, you have to be careful because if you do not answer the prompt, it's not going to work. And this had a prompt and you're not answering the prompt. While action movies are cool to write about, the prompt was about excuses. And there's not one thing in here that talks about excuses, unless you're saying that football is an excuse to not study. Think about it. So make sure you're answering the prompt. Otherwise, it's a 0. I believe in no excuses. The people just make excuses for convenience and comfort. That's a run-on. That's 2 sentences. I believe in no excuses, comma, and people just make excuses for convenience and comfort. That would have worked. When people can't keep your promises, they have no integrity. Since the excuses exist, people are no engaged no more. Very strong, complex sentence right there. Since the excuses exist, comma. Just don't forget to put that comma. All right, chat box, let's see. Excuse is a reason as to why not. I personally believe excuses are not necessary and are not needed. While I do believe things do happen, for me, it comes down to how bad do you want this? That's the word. Snaps. How bad do you want it? So that is very well explained. Punctuation looks very good there. I believe excuses are needed. Life gets the best of us all sometimes, and excuses help us to manage through hard times with a little ease. Snap. Very well explained. Very well explained. Punctuation looks very good. Awesome. I believe excuses is better because you speak truth. So when you have those excuses, you're just telling the truth, and it's okay to be honest and say, hey, right now I can't, it's raining. Okay? I am not trying to get wet. I'm not going to class today, but what I will do is I'll hop on YouTube and I'll study in that way. Or I will go to Khan Academy and I'll do that. So sometimes excuses are necessary, but let's not let excuses keep us from reaching our goals. Very good, everybody. I think we do as humans use excuses a lot. Good. When obtaining a goal that we want to achieve, we sometimes give up. And I know that I did for a long time now, but I am telling myself I can do it. All right. That first sentence was very strong. Just be careful with that second one. If you find yourself using just too many words, it can become a run-on. So be very, very careful with that. Okay, so here is the last thing from me before we go into our exit ticket. This was my introduction that I came up with when it came to writing about excuses. I like to start with a hook. You have to be able to hook your audience in first, and don't just start by answering the question. So my hook is a did you know? Did you know that obstacles can keep people from reaching their goals? While some believe that excuses are necessary, I believe in making sure I put all my excuses aside to overcome what is in front of me. This is why I will be successful. So I have a long sentence. I have a complex sentence. Here is my while. And then I have a short sentence. Why is that important? Because when you are writing that essay on that GED exam, they want to make sure you have sentence variety. And if you remember to stack those sentences, long sentence, compound sentence, hit them with a short sentence, hit them with another long sentence, hit them with a compound sentence, hit them with a complex sentence, hit them with a compound complex. If you start doing those little tools to make sure you have sentence variety in your paper, it's going to make your paper a lot stronger and not just a bunch of run-ons, fragments, or short sentences. All right. That was the main gist of our lesson today. And I hope that it gave you guys a chance to practice writing more effective sentences. The next time we come together, we're going to start talking about how to take what we've already written and make sure that what we have written gets stronger, which is the art of revising and editing our paper. All right, but before you go, I have an exit ticket for you, please. Please, please, please. I'm going to copy this link and drop it in the chat box. If you have your phone, though, if you could, please just scan that QR code. Please just scan that QR code. I just dropped the link in the chat box. I can't even give you the QR code if I'm not showing it. Okay, it's on the screen now. Let me make sure everything's out of the way. If you're on the Pear Deck, you can basically close the Pear Deck because we're done. So go ahead and scan that QR code. It's going to ask you to enter your class name. I'm going to wait. Actually, Crystal, I'm going to text it to you so that you can tell them before I put it up. And there's only 4 questions, so it shouldn't take you long. Okay, hopefully the people in the chat box have already opened it. And Crystal, let me know when everybody in your room is ready to put in that code. I just put in the code in the chat box for those who are joining on the chat. If you're on the YouTube, the code is HILLS8557. Okay. If you are in, you should see a test. Let me see if it's still going. All right. Before you guys, oh, Sandra's in. Okay. So perfect. Megan's in. Miss Harris is in. Hey, Miss Harris. Wajia's in. Awesome. Sandy's in. Go ahead and answer those questions. Four questions. Looks like number 4. It's getting people. Take your time. Let me make sure I put the right answer. Sometimes I'll be putting the wrong answer. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right, Donna Jones, Keaton Johnson, Matthew Vargas, Megan, Shamika, Sandra, Sandy. All right. Thank you to everybody who's joined us on YouTube. Since we're on our exit ticket, I'm going to go ahead and stop the streaming now. And of course, if you did not make it to class today, you can always re-watch the video. Or if you're in class right now and you want to review things, you can definitely check out our YouTube link. I will send it to Crystal so that she can share it with each of you. And if you're in the Zoom, you would have received the link via email already. Awesome. I'm going to stop